If for some reason you haven't found out about Anchor, when for a lot of you that's how you found Two Angry Women, it's the easiest way to make a podcast because it has everything you need all in one place. It has the tools that will allow you to record, edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When you host on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast to so many platforms like Spotify, Apple, Audible, Amazon Music. There's just so many options that it gets distributed to. It's got everything you need to make a great podcast all in one. And the best thing about all of it is it's totally free. Download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And drop me a link. Because I know the other half of Two Angry Women would love to check out your podcast.
Okay.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, blah, 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 blah. I'm tired.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, I know, we were doing really, really well and recording and having it out there every week. We were being very, very consistent. Unfortunately, we didn't get to record last week. I was not well.
And then
last week.
Yeah. And then when she was feeling better, I have a nice, bright, shiny transformer at the end of my street because they went to do some scheduled maintenance that nobody knew about, so my PC was up and running. And when I say my PC was up and running, I mean I was sitting at it working when my power threw. And it fried it fried my solid state hard drives.
Ouch.
But they did get me new ones, and surprisingly, they had to pay out the nose because the power company had to replace it because nobody knew about the scheduled outage. They had to replace both of my hard drives and my surge protector because my surge protector was smoking.
Oof. Yeah, and I wasn't very well the week before. Well, I wasn't so much I wasn't well. I was fine. But I couldn't sit for more than half an hour.
Leg day went to an extreme.
I don't even know if it was. Because I didn't feel anything at the gym.
You normally don't.
If I'd have popped a muscle, if I'd have pulled a muscle, do you know what I mean? I would have felt it there and then.
Right.
And I didn't. It wasn't till later on that day, so I don't know if I twisted when I got home, or I don't know what I'd done. But the top part of my left thigh, outer thigh, was swollen.
Ooh.
And I couldn't move. I couldn't sit down for too long. I couldn't stand up for too long. I couldn't lay down for too long. And I couldn't move. I couldn't walk. It was stiff. Like if I was hobbling. It was awful. It was absolutely awful.
It actually ended up working to our advantage, though, because in addition to me losing power, I also had a really bad bacterial laryngitis infection.
Yeah.
So I was, I'm going to have to clear my throat periodically because I still have a flap of skin in the back of my throat. Because, usually they do a swab with, the same Q-tip type thing that they use to give you the lobotomy for the COVID testing.
Yeah.
They wanted a scraping because apparently I had a decent amount of bacteria buildup in the back of my throat. And they're like, we actually want some of that. Well, they numb the back of your throat so you can't tell them when it hurts. And they dug a little too thick. And I still have kind of the flap thing that hasn't gone away completely yet.
Yuck.
But I sound better than I did in the last episode. I will say
you do.
that.
You do sound better than you did.
So.
Yeah, and I can walk again.
See,
which is always a bonus.
And I have two bright, nice, and shiny hard drives and a nice, bright, and shiny surge protector.
And it's been an experience this week. Let's put it that way. It's been an experience. We'll just leave it there. An experience.
I'm gonna throw this out here quick, like while I'm thinking about, because I forgot to mention it to you. If you guys don't see me streaming on a regular basis for a while, please think nothing of it. The house that I live in right now is going to be making a transition from somewhere I live to like an actual office for me, for reasons I'm not wanting to go into just yet.
Yeah.
So if you come from my streams and all that, and you don't see me on a regular basis, that is why. So,
So you've had Thanksgiving.
we did. We had the whole you wake up Thursday morning and you are thankful for everything you have.
And all the people in your life, and good health, and
And to
all
my
those things.
yeah, and to my understanding, like you could do your shopping online yesterday, but to my understanding, at least here locally, like the retail store I work for was closed all day yesterday, and the first people in the building weren't until the overnighters started showing up at about 8 o'clock last night.
Yeah.
Um, so retail was like completely closed here, so you didn't go, I'm going to be really thankful for everything I have in life. I'm going to be a glutton because I'm going to sit here and instead of just having one plate of food, I'm going to have 12 and then wonder why I have to wear the stretchy pants. To, I'm going
Why I look like I have a food baby.
Oh God, we will discuss the food baby here in a little bit. To, I'm going to go and I'm going to pick fights over a television that Walmart marked down marked up 4 months ago, and we're gonna mark it down the same amount we took it up to let you think you're getting a good deal.
Yep.
Target does the same thing. Best Buy does the same thing. Blah blah blah, etc., etc.
Yeah, and for anybody that isn't aware, because obviously I said you had Thanksgiving yesterday. We don't have Thanksgiving. We don't do Thanksgiving over here.
They
in
have
the UK.
Boxing Day after Christmas, though. It balances out.
Yeah, but ours is. But we do. But our. I suppose we do our harvest at the end of. Is it October? I think it's October. We have our harvest festival, which is basically just giving thanks for a good harvest that year.
Sorry.
And Boxing Day, which is the day after Christmas over here.
For the glutton part. This is where I'm going with that. The glutton part. They have Boxing Day.
But, you say that, but our Boxing Day is actually, it's rooted in tradition with regards to, it's called I always wondered why it was called Boxing Day. I looked it up.
She did educate me, because isn't this a question I asked you like 2 years in a row before you finally gave me an answer?
Yeah. It's called Boxing Day because it was the day that all the boxes were cleared off the streets and all that sort of stuff, but it's also the day that the staff, years and years and years ago, obviously, all the rich houses over here had staff. And it was them days, the day after Christmas, Boxing Day, was when staff were given boxes of Christmas presents, basically. Let me find the exact... Hang on a minute, I'll just have a...
So while she looks at that, they do their fall harvest thing on basically around the time of Halloween, which is what Halloween originally started out as.
Here we go. The name comes from a time when the rich used to box up gifts to give to the poor. Boxing Day was traditionally a day off for servants and the day when they received a special Christmas box from their masters. So basically, Boxing Day was poor people's Christmas Day.
Right.
Because they didn't have to work or anything like that.
So we're gonna cover the holidays here for a little bit. This might actually be the question that I ask. I don't know. I haven't really decided on what question I'm gonna throw in on this one. Halloween is not Satan's birthday, and I say this because I have a lot of Christian friends where we agree to disagree, that they will flat out tell you that Halloween is Satan's birthday, and it is not.
I'd just like to hasten to add that Satan is actually technically an angel.
A fallen angel, but an angel nonetheless.
He was an angel.
And it's not. Halloween started out as a pagan holiday to celebrate the end of the harvest. And I'm gonna butcher it, but the pagan holiday was like Samhain or something like that. I know I butchered it. Please don't come after me. I'm too lazy to pull up the pronunciation guide for it. I have a feeling she's looking it up.
I am. Carry on.
So, but that's like a lot of you guys with the whole Christmas thing. Again, pagan holiday. Feel free to come at me, but do your research.
It's not even when Christ was born.
So, we actually got into a discussion about this in the break room this morning when me and my work wife and my work husband were all sitting down. Because with it being Black Friday, everybody was in ridiculously fucking early. And,
see, just quickly, from what I'm reading, it's saying here Halloween didn't start off as a pagan holiday. It didn't start off as a pagan holiday, is what it's saying here.
It falls, the Samhain or whatever falls on the same day as Halloween. It's All Saints Day, which is the harvest.
Samhain.
There we go.
Samhain, I think. The history of the Halloween goes all the way back to the pagan festival called Samhain.
There we go.
Yes. But Halloween, as such, isn't a pagan holiday. But Halloween is classed as All Hallows Eve.
Yeah. Which, again, marks the end of harvest.
So, 31st of October became known as All Hallows Eve or Halloween, and contained much of the traditional pagan practices before being adopted in the 19th century America through Irish immigrants bringing their traditions across the ocean.
Yeah. Do they have the pronunciation of it? Samhain.
Samhain. Okay.
It's Celtic. Okay, this would be like us sitting here trying to pronounce Welsh words.
Welsh is not, for any Welsh people that are listening, love you dearly, but Welsh is not words. Welsh is letters just thrown together like doctors do, trying to make words.
Welsh is like, we need a word for Pacific. Let me, face mash the keyboard, boom, there we go, okay?
Yeah, it pretty much is, yeah.
And I'm not bashing on it, because listening to anybody that can speak Welsh is fucking poetry. It really is.
Well,
okay, it depends on the person. The few people I've heard say it, it sounds like poetry. Then there's other people that it sounds like they did nothing but gargle nails.
But I think that could be said about any
language.
Any language, yeah. Like the Scots. You've got some Scottish people that are really broad Scots, and even I sit there and I'm like, huh?
Oh my God.
And I have to get them to repeat what they're saying, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And then you've got others that are Scottish, and you can tell they're Scottish,
but they sound like me trying to fake a Scottish accent.
No, they don't even sound like you trying to fake a Scottish accent. You can hear the Scottish accent, but it's not as strong.
Yeah,
that's all. They enunciate their word. Like, one of the gentlemen that I was talking to, he said something to me the other day, and he turned around and said, well, I'm sorry that I don't speak the proper Queen's German English. I went, oh, fuck off.
Oh my God.
Because he said, what was it? I was talking about something being soft.
Really?
No, from when I was at the gym. Oh, was it? My body was broken from being at the gym, and so is his, and everything else.
Oh, my word.
And he went, yeah, I'm just getting soft in the old age. But he didn't say soft. He said saft. And because he wasn't saying it, he was texting it, he actually spelt it as he said it. So I looked at it and I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, because it was S-A-F-H. It was like, what the fuck?
No, Lady Sif, you do not get to sit in my lap because you want to sit up on my shoulder and put your butt in my face.
I was like, oh, soft! And he was like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't speak the Queen's German English. And I'm like, oh, fuck off.
You're not spoiled at all. Go away, I'm recording. Shoot. Fun fact, Lady Sif, one of the triplets, is pissing me off for one, and two, this weekend she is going to her forever home.
Oh,
Yeah, so
yay.
I'm
Are they
really
getting
good.
split up, are they?
Yeah, they are gonna get split up. You kidding me? Nobody is sane enough to take all fucking three of them.
Insane enough.
But I know the person that's doing it, and I told her, here's the deal. You will get her spayed when she is finally big enough.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna hate to see her go, because she is my cuddle buddy, but I still have Aphrodite, it's fine. Fuck. We were gonna talk about Black Friday and the fight.
We were, but
about.
as per usual, we digress, like we always do.
When do we ever stick to topic?
No. We never know what topic we're going to talk about until we're talking about it. So
the topics I want to talk about, I can't discuss on the podcast for a while.
No. What was I going to say? Oh, we said a few weeks ago about how many Christmas trees were going to be in my house.
Let me see how many answers I was given. I think I only had the one, and we will say the person's name on whoever is the closest if we do have more than one answer.
Okay.
But here's the deal. I need you to reach out to us on one of our social medias. Comment on the don't comment on the YouTube video because that'll be a while out. But find a way to shoot me a message because I check all of the socials that we have for Two Angry Women. Because I thought I could actively, reach out and talk to people and message them through Anchor, which is who we do this through. I cannot.
But you can't.
I cannot. Is it this episode that had the Christmas tree question? Hang on a second. I gotta look.
That was a couple of episodes ago, wasn't it?
Nope, that's the artificial intelligence one. How about this one?
That was one before that, wasn't it?
Yep, we have one answer. It's from Blitz, and it is 7.
And it was, I'd like just to say, it was going to be 6 trees in the house, but it is actually 7 this year.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
I have got one in my lounge, one in my dining room, one in the kitchen, one on the landing, one in my bedroom, and the boys have both got one each in their bedroom, so that's 2. So that's 7. I have 7 trees in the house.
Fucking hilarious. Yeah. So, fun thing with this, if you do answer these, you do get to go in for any drawing and giveaways that we decide to do. We do have something behind the scenes that we are actively working on. At least I am. Bits and pieces of it. I'm planning on that rolling out with season 2.
Surprises coming for season 2.
We have a few things that we're wanting to do for season 2, if I'm going to be completely honest. Which
Watch
is
this
fine.
space.
But yeah, there's a few things we're wanting to roll out with season 2. Answer the questions. We like talking to you guys. We are on Amazon Music and Audible now. I am looking to get us on Pandora, iHeartRadio. Am I forgetting any other ones? Oh, I will be starting to upload to Facebook here later.
Oh, right.
YouTube goes on Fridays. What day of the week should we drop Facebook?
I don't know. We go on Anchor. We go Tuesday, don't we?
Yep.
And then obviously we go.
And the rest of the podcast platforms, because Anchor automatically distributes those.
Yep. I don't know.
I could bump YouTube to Sundays and do Facebook Fridays.
Could do. Whatever you think.
I know, you have 0 fucks to give about that.
Yep. You're the one that does it. So.
When do you think we should do this? I don't fucking care. You're the one that's got to do it.
Yeah, whenever's
Thanks.
best for you.
I schedule this shit.
Exactly.
I'm a lazy bitch. I schedule this shit.
Oh dear. But yeah, so no, I am currently decorating my dining room tree at present. So that's what I have been doing this afternoon.
So, Blitz, if you are listening to this, I need you to reach out. And if you don't reach out to me at Two Angry Women, you can also reach out to me on the Q of Hell side. On all of that. I check all of it. If you send it to Sale and she doesn't get back to you, yell at her. I don't manage Sale's social media, so...
I don't manage my social media. I'm not on it. But yeah, okay.
Right. So, moral of that story, don't
message
send it
me.
to Sale.
Yeah, don't send it to me.
Or I
hate social media. With passion.
Our Be Kind line is out.
Ooh.
You know, it is Black Friday. It is Black Friday, and we do have Cyber Monday coming up. Should we try and do a promo code for anybody for our merch? And if they listen to this, they can get it?
I would say so. It sounds good.
Alright, we're going to open up a new browser. This is the shit we do when we... And I am not editing this out because this is your clue to listen to all of it, and you might get a discount. Alright, I need that
This is what happens when we... This is because we don't actually work out what the fuck we're going to do.
We should maybe think about doing that for season 2 just to give it a little more structure.
But I think people like the fact that it's natural. Let me
rephrase. It would make my life easier for coming up with descriptions and episode names.
Yeah, but then we're changing who we are.
We wouldn't be changing who we are. Why is this not loading? I still have internet because I'm talking to you. Why the fuck is this not loading?
I don't know.
Okay. Because Teespring is down. That is why. There we go. That
would do.
I got it back up. So where do I go to do the promo codes? It has been a while. Really? I just want my Teespring dashboard.
For anybody who is listening that knows me, or has known me over the last few years, will know that I have always struggled with sleeping. For years. I have struggled with my sleep pattern, lost track of the amount of times that Q has shouted at me for still being awake at like 4 a.m. Living on, for what? A year, 2 years, I was living on 2 hours sleep a night.
Something like that.
Yeah. The last 2 weeks, roughly, after my leg had healed, as such, I've been going to bed at 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Are you dying?
And I've been sleeping through till 6, 7 o'clock in the morning.
Are you dying?
I don't know.
Okay, so I know we're a little late for the promo code. This should have been something that we kicked out for last week's episode that we did not record. However,
life happens.
As a result of that, how long should we let this run for? Because it's going to run from this upcoming Tuesday when we post this.
A week.
Okay.
Give them a week.
So, to give dates, so for anybody that's listening to this after.
So Tuesday the 30th through till the 7th of December.
Yeah. So in actuality, you get 8 days.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I can set this up when it finally lets me do the promo code, because their website, it keeps giving me the Cloudflare error thing, which tells me Teespring is having issues.
Yep.
It will run from midnight Mountain Standard Time, because it has to go off of mine because I'm the one setting it up, so it's set to my time zone. So midnight Mountain Standard Time, November 30th to 11:59 Mountain Standard Time, Tuesday, December 7th, you guys can save how much percentage? We're not going to do dollar off. We're going to do percentage. 10?
Yeah, we'll go with 10.
You can save 10% off with promo code Black Friday 2021. And I am not going to put that it's a promo code in the description. I'm just going to put Black Friday 2021. So if you want to know what that's for, you got to listen through the episode. In other news, we are sale. Do a drum roll. Do a drum roll. You're going to want to do a drum roll. We are 9 unique listeners away from being able to do ads.
Ooh, look at us go.
So tell your friends, tell your coworkers, tell your family that they need to listen to this. The reason being is I know it takes a bit to get ad revenue. Like, we're not going to make millions right off the bat. But the more money we make from you guys listening to the ads and everything is going to be more giveaways that we can do for you guys. We can do merch giveaways. When we do that one thing, we can pay for something from that.
Yeah.
I'd even be down for doing like a Steam gift card. What do you think? Because we do get a lot of gamers.
Yeah, I think that's... Sorry, excuse me, it's like nearly 11 o'clock at night for me.
It's well after my bedtime too, so I'm not going to judge. But the more ads that you guys listen to, the more money we make. The more money we make, the more stuff we get to give back to you guys.
Yep.
To me, it seems like a win-win.
It does to me as well.
Oh, and if we make enough, I can pay someone to actually edit these so they sound nicer and, maybe have an actual jingle.
Yeah, so Black Friday.
So,
it's a very American thing.
Oh,
very American thing.
It really is. And this is what we were originally planning on talking about.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to throw this out there. Because of COVID, Black Friday has changed tremendously. The Black Friday we had today versus the Black Friday we normally have. Normally, when I would have typed in, like, say, Black Friday 2021, which is what I originally did, I would have article after article after article of people fighting over stupid shit.
I mean, because just to put it into perspective, we did not have a Black Friday till 2013.
I'm going to give a little bit of a quick little history about Black Friday. So, you as a consumer on Black Friday, TVs, I'm going to flat out tell you, TVs, you do not get the deal you think you're getting. You don't. But there are a lot of other things that you do get a really good deal for. You do. My work wife bought a rug shampooer that regular price on our shelf was $250. She picked one up on her break today for $65. So there are some things that you really do get a deal for. But the purpose of Black Friday isn't for you to get those deals. The purpose of Black Friday, what it was originally for...
Back in the 1960s.
Back in the 1960s, is it was the one day a year where it would put an entire store in the black, which is good.
Yep.
For their entire fiscal year. Because, no, you don't go up on my workspace. Sorry, Chicky. Because I work retail, so our fiscal year ends at the end of January. The U.S. government's, I don't know about your government, but the government here, our fiscal year ends at the end of September. A lot of restaurants I worked in did January 1 to December 31. That was their fiscal year. For retail, your year starts February 1. It ends January 31.
Okay.
And the reason it does that, instead of doing the December 1 to or January 1 to December 31, is because you gotta get rid of all that Christmas shit. You cannot get rid of that much Christmas shit in your Christmas inventory in 6 days. You can't do it feasibly. So you could be in the red leading up to Black Friday back in the good old days. Like, you're losing money the rest of the year. But Black Friday, that one day, was the one day where you could be financially, according to your accountant for the year, in the black for the full year.
Do you know why it's called red and black, though?
For the profit and loss?
Yeah.
I know the red is because red's usually considered a negative color.
No, it's what I'm reading here. It says the term Black Friday in the retail sense was coined in the 1960s to mark the kickoff to the Christmas shopping season. Black refers to the stores moving from the red to the black,
Right.
back when accounting records were kept by hand and red ink indicated a loss and black was a profit. It is purely down to the fact of the inks that they used.
That actually makes a lot of sense. What the actual fuck? Alright. I have to shoot off a quick text message to the work wife because she just got some not so good news. Give me a second. I am still paying attention, but...
That's alright. I was just reading, because obviously, like I say, Black Friday didn't come over here until 2013. So it's never really, it's never taken off over here like it has in America. We don't have the stampedes and the deaths due to black.
People will kill each other for this shit.
Yeah.
They will kill each other for this shit. So I have an article. It's from the U.S. Sun. It doesn't give a year, but in the past, a store worker was trampled to death in a Walmart store. Shoppers will fire pepper spray at each other. And in Toys R Us, 2 men had shot each other to death. Over fucking toys!
Well, this here, right, what I'm reading here, this was written 2019. Okay? It says, since 2006, 11 people have died and more than 100 have been injured in Black Friday-related incidents. That's insane.
Yeah.
This year, the National Retail Federation estimates that 114.6 million Americans, more than 50% of the country's adult population, will participate in Black Friday. That was back in 2019. So many will stick to online sales, blah, 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 blah. Deaths and injuries. Like, what the... Over 12 years, we've found 44 separate Black Friday-related incidences, resulting in 11 deaths and 108 injuries.
Mm-hmm.
What the... Why? There is nothing that is that important that warrants death.
This article today was written for here in the States. Since 2006, at least 14 people have died in Black Friday related incidents, and 117 have been injured.
Why? What is... I don't... And you know... Okay, I've got a pie chart in front of me.
Oh, God.
Right? Deaths and injuries by store. Percentage of total deaths and injuries by store where the incident occurred.
Before you go further, is Walmart number 1?
I'm not saying nothing.
Walmart's number 1.
We've got 12% is other. So 12% has got Kmart, Macy's, Adidas, Tommy Hilfiger, Best Buy. Okay? You got 6% is Coles, Kohls,
Coles, yeah.
Coles. You got 3% in Toys R Us, JC Penney and JC Penney. 2% is Target and 2% is Sears. A whopping 70% goes to
Walmart.
You got it.
Yeah, as soon as she said I'm not saying nothing, I'm like, it's fucking Walmart.
70% of total deaths and injuries occur in Walmart. That's insane. Causes of Black Friday injuries and deaths. The biggest ones.
Trampoline?
Yeah, the injuries. And, the biggest injuries are stampedes. 6 people have been shot. Mm-hmm. Shot!
Uh-huh. Well, we discussed 2 of them.
Yeah.
Fuck!
You got 34 overall is stampedes. 30 is pepper sprays. What the fuck? Shooting is 21 overall, but 6 of them come from it ended up in death. 15 was just injuries. 15 was car accident. What?
People.
Well, they run them over.
So
what?
We have an outdoor mall here over by where I. Spoiler alert for you guys if you haven't listened to the previous episodes. I work for Walmart, and we're gonna backtrack before we cover the car accident things. We have to go through specialized training for what we call event at Walmart.
Well, I'll be right back. Right back. Carry on.
We have to go through special training for event, whether you actually work that day or not, because people are fucking stupid with how they behave when there's a quote-unquote big sale. And it's how we have to react to keep ourselves safe, as well as the customers. And spoiler alert, if y'all start breaking out in a fight, we just let you have at it and we just fill out an incident report. You're on your own. You are on your fucking own. But as for the car accidents... Sorry, I've got some personal shit going on, and I was not expecting to have to deal with it while recording. Because this kind of popped up in not a fun way. But, like, we have an outdoor mall over by where I live, and there's only one stoplight the entire time, so it is like a free-for-all for everybody. And, on a good day, people don't drive like you're supposed to. I got asked why I don't like driving, and I always tell people it's because I have to drive not only for myself, but like 6 other people. It's not fun. Do not recommend. So, depending on what I get, this episode might be a short one, because this is not something good going on right now. But yeah. Y'all get fucking stupid. I actually liked this last year. Like, we got kind of busy this morning, so, like, for a Black Friday, we were, like, dead as fuck. But, brain fart. Brain fart. But the sales. Y'all. I was excited. Last year, event got split up into 3 different, like, weeks. Where instead of it being the one big one, it was 3 separate. And, fucking insane. Absolutely fucking insane. So Sorry, I'm typing because I have my phone linked to my computer so that my phone can charge on the other side of my house. Fucking hell. But yeah, if you can, order online. Is it the same? No. But don't be a fucking tool. Oop, I don't know if I typed in the right one. So, the amount of violence people are willing to go through just to it's ridiculous. It is. It 100% is. And she left me and it's awkward. So very, very awkward. Alright, we'll show some other stuff. People will try forcing their way into stores, like pushing through the glass, which, spoiler alert, that will set off an alarm and usually will call the, like the fire department, which definitely puts a kibosh to your shopping. A woman was trampled. She was 8 months pregnant, was trampled, and it caused her to go into premature labor, and because of how she was trampled, she lost her baby. Holy shit. Spoiler alert, this was in Florida that one happened. Anytime... I'm gonna get some shit. If you're in Florida, I have friends that are in Florida. They're the ones that crack these jokes to me, so don't come at me. If you ever hear about anything in the States and it's something fucking weird, odds are it's Florida.
Hello, I'm back.
Hi, you
Sorry about that. The my toilet is being a pain in the backside, and it will flush. When it flushes, it then just keeps flushing. It won't fill up.
Oh no.
So I managed to sort it out, but it was just like, oh, stop.
That's okay. I might be having to bounce here shortly because of some news I just got. But she's
that's all good. We wish it's a short one today because it's late.
Yeah, it is late.
It's fine.
I just told him that one gal, she was 8 months pregnant, was going in to pick up some shopping. She was trampled and threw her into premature labor, and as a result of how she was trampled, she lost her baby.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I do not understand. No. That's all I've got. No.
Do not take your children to this, because I'm reading one where it was the shooting in the Toys R Us. A mom took her 4-year-old son with her, and apparently when the gun started firing off, he just grabbed her leg and told her that he didn't want to die.
Wow.
Do not take your children Black Friday shopping. If you cannot find a babysitter, do your shopping online. I don't fucking care. Oh my god.
Just no. 2008, a Walmart worker died after an out-of-control mob of frenzied shoppers smashed through the Long Island store front doors and trampled him. 2008, 2 people were shot dead in Toys R Us in South California.
It's fucking ridiculous.
2011, Walter Vance, a 61-year-old pharmacist who reportedly suffered from a prior heart condition, was trampled on by customers at a West Virginia Target store and later died in hospital.
Oh, hey, so here. So, You think your heart condition's gonna be what kills you? No. Dumbass shoppers are what killed you.
Yeah.
I work
2000.
retail. I'm allowed to say it. You should hear what we say about you guys after you walk away from us, and you guys won't leave us the fuck alone, okay? That's all I gotta say.
See, I always, like, when we were having all the issues over here with things not being on the shelves and people panic buying and everything else, I was always polite to the workers in retail, and I'd say to them, like, I'd ask if they had any more of them certain things in stock, out the back or anything like that. But I would ask nicely, like any other day. I wasn't having a go. It's not their fault. It's not their fault that people are dumb, panic buy.
Oh,
so I was.
Tell about that one.
Yeah. See, whereas I try. I always live by. I try. It doesn't always work, but I do try and treat others how I want to be treated. And at the end of the day, especially when we were going through all the COVID stuff, well, we still are, but obviously when it was really, really bad.
When people were being stupid and panic buying.
Yeah. When we were going through all of that, the retail was still having to go to work. They were all still putting their lives on the line and going into work so that people had food. And people forgot that, I think, and people needed to remember that, okay, they're not doctors, they're not nurses, they're not in the hospitals dealing with COVID, but they're still frontline workers. You were still there without our retail, without our food shops, we'd have all been fucked.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was always very, very polite to them. I'd be like, I don't suppose you happen to have any more of that out the back. And they'd look at me, and you could tell that they had been abused by prior customers.
Yeah.
By the look on the face. And they'd be like, no, we haven't, we're out. I said, all right, that's fine. I didn't think you would, but I thought I'd ask. But thank you very much for your help. Yeah. And you could see the relief wash over them that I was just a normal person. That I wasn't going to go all Karen on them. Oh. 2016, an argument turned violent in San Antonio parking lot as an angered shopper began beating his wife.
Yeah.
When a passerby stopped to intervene, he was shot dead. What the fuck?
Yeah. And I know sales stance on guns, so don't come at me with this. But, do guns show up at Black Friday shopping a lot? Yeah. Do they belong? No.
No.
Is it the only reason why a lot of people are getting killed? No.
No.
Guns do not kill people. People kill people.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But.
No, I know, but I know someone's gonna come at me with that. Well, if guns were, well, yeah, I'm pretty sure if guns weren't there, a lot of stuff could have been avoided. But y'all killed them by walking on them like fucking morons. Did you use a gun to kill them? No, your feet did.
No. Yeah.
That's the point I'm getting at with that one. Because I know there's gonna be some people that's all they're gonna hear is someone had a gun with them. Well, yeah, but you also brought pepper spray. This morning, I do have one small story. It did not get violent, but we had a gal come in and she had brass knuckles, which are illegal where I live, a baton, which is not illegal. You can have that for self-defense, but you cannot go in with it already out, ready to use, and pepper spray. All because she wanted a Nintendo Switch. I looked at her and went, congratulations, because now you're not getting it, because now you have to leave. And she was like, I will beat you up for this. And I looked at her and I was like, I have been pepper sprayed before. It is not fun. I will whoop your ass and you still won't get it. And it will cost me my job. So I advise we think very wisely.
Think long and hard.
About what we want to do. Because if I'm going to go to jail for this, I'm going to make it worth my fucking while. I will rock that orange jumpsuit. So.
I don't know, because I don't know if orange really... I don't think you'd look good in orange. I think you're too pale for orange.
I will still rock that motherfucking jumpsuit.
Right. So, yeah. Our usual slogan, be kind, does not really work when we've been talking about Black Friday.
When y'all are being assholes.
Yeah. Like, come on, people. It's a fucking TV, or it's a toy. Is that really worth somebody's life?
Right.
Really?
This is going to be the part that's sad. I have more horror stories from 2020 and the panic shopping than I do from Black Friday shopping.
I just think it's all insane. It's all... There is nothing... If people stopped behaving like fucking animals, we wouldn't have half the issues in this world, you know? This is the problem. It's getting worse as well. But let's not get into that, because if we start getting into that, we're going to digress, and we're going to end up going off on one again, and yeah, no.
Yeah.
So, it is nearly the end of November. We are nearly into my favourite month of the year. Yeah. Christmas is round the corner.
As I try to die.
Please, people, just think before you go and try and get a TV, or do you really need that? Do you really need
Y'all need
that
to
toy?
Remember needs versus wants. You don't need it, you want it.
Well, just think to yourself last year. What did you want? What did you need? What did you really crave last Christmas, last Thanksgiving, last Black Friday? I know for me personally, last year, what I craved more than anything was to be with my family for Christmas. And I couldn't because of COVID. So surely, maybe that should make you think that actually you don't need these things. You don't need to trample somebody to get $20 off of a fucking TV that's going to break in 2 months. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, be thankful for what you have.
To all of the retail workers out there, I know I spend a lot of time thanking the first responders and the nurses and the doctors, because in the last 2 years, they've had to put up with a lot of shit. They've had to put up with a lot of shit from a lot of stupid fucking people.
As have retailers as well.
Yeah.
As have the workers.
Retail workers, I know a lot of people have had to work through the pandemic, but so I'm not going to say retail workers. If you are someone that has to deal face-to-face customer service, like if you're on the phone with somebody, you can have your own day later. But if you are like a gas station attendant, a retail worker, a restaurant worker, am I forgetting anyone that really deals with the public a lot? Am I forgetting a category?
I don't think so, because retail is not just food, is it? It's retail it's everything. Hits on everything, really.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know I am a retail worker as well, and I know a thank you goes a really long way. And truckers. I know truckers don't really deal with the public, but without the truckers and the retail workers, I'm going to kind of throw the nurses and everything under a bus, but without the truckers and the retail workers to keep your asses fed during this pandemic, we wouldn't have needed the nurses and the doctors, because everybody would have ended up starving to death and going into anarchy over stuff.
I mean, people went into fucking mayhem over stuff as it was.
Right.
But it would have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Medical aid would not have been an issue. Also, in a zombie apocalypse, you want to buddy up with the veterinarian, not the doctor. Veterinarians see some weird shit on a regular basis, and they know how to fix it. If you go for a doctor, make sure they're an ER doctor in a major city, because they've seen some shit.
Yeah, don't go for a plastic surgeon. You ain't gonna get shit out of them.
They might be able to tell if you have high blood pressure and that you have an acne problem, but that's gonna be the least of your problems.
But yeah, so be thankful for what you have. Look forward to what you can give to others, not what you want, not what you can take. Try and remember that
Christmas
tis the season
is about
to be
giving.
merry.
Yeah, it's about giving, not receiving.
It's not about what you get. It's not about the gifts. It's not about going stupid and getting yourself into debt. It's about memories.
Yeah.
It's about who you spend it with.
If you have to spend 6 months paying off credit cards, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Well, it's
my work wife, for example. I mean, don't get me wrong. I got her stuff for Christmas. I did. I got her some expensive stuff for Christmas, and we're not even going into that one. That'll be a conversation that Sale and I can have on VC at a later date on what she's getting for Christmas. There's a whole other story involved in that I can't go into right now. I cleaned her house. Like, I worked with her kids to clean her house because she's been single momming it. And when I say clean, I don't mean we just picked up the living room floor and did dishes. I mean, we tore the house apart, cleaned it, and put it back together, cleaned it. We went big. And she looked at me, she was like, if I get nothing else for Christmas, she went, this alone. The kids might have also been threatened that they have to keep it clean or they have to deal with me, but again, that goes on to the conversation we had.
See, now mine have been keeping their rooms tidy. They've been putting their washing away. They put their dirty plates in the dishwasher. They put their washing in the washing machine. And all because they don't get the internet password. See, unless they do.
But your kids get electronics.
Yeah.
Hers don't. Like, they get TV time, but it's like supervised TV time.
Yeah.
The one misbehaved. She lost her 3 favorite stuffed animals. And before any of you guys come at me that is child abuse, why should a child get to keep something if they're not going to respect it and take care of it?
It's not child abuse. It is setting boundaries. It is making sure that children realise that actually you get things because you do the right thing, or you work hard, or you look after things. It's called not bringing up fucking snowflakes that think they're going to get given everything regardless of how they behave.
She lost all but 8 outfits of clothes. She did. She has more clothes, but she only has access to 7 of them because her mom and I got sick and tired of having to go in and pick up clean and dirty clothes off the floor and just having to rewash everything because we didn't know if it was clean or not. So she's down to 8. She's not happy, but she gets 8. She gets to explain to her classmates why she only has 8 outfits of clothes that she gets to wear to school. Do I feel bad for it? No.
See, this is why I know a lot of people think it's quite outdated and everything else, but that's why I like the fact that we have uniforms over here.
Right. But no, because this is going to be the part where I sound mean, because I looked at her and I was like, maybe if you get made fun of long enough for not being responsible enough to take care of all of your clothes, you deserve to be made fun of because you can't take care of the shit you have. We sorted this girl had over 100 Barbie dolls. She has 2 left that haven't been chewed on, drawn on, or missing the clothes for it.
Yeah.
Because we don't do naked Barbie dolls in their house. And she got mad. She's like, but I play with those. Well, take care of the ones you have, and maybe you can earn some new ones back if you take care of them.
Yeah.
The oldest lost all of her Harry Potter books. She has other books to read, but they're not fantasy. They're more like Charlotte's Web and all that. The boring books you have to read that's required in school. She has those books that she gets to read. She doesn't get the fun ones like Harry Potter and Percy Jackson. She got those taken away because she's not taking care of her stuff. She knows she's got a baby brother who's 3 who is learning boundaries and everything. Knows that if she doesn't want it ruined, because she's responsible for it, if she leaves it down where he can get to it, she is at fault. He gets in trouble too, but she's at fault for it. Completely trashed. I want to say you guys call it Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone over there. Over here we call it the Sorcerer's Stone.
Yeah, it's Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah. So she lost the remainder of her Harry Potter books. Now, when she gets it back, do I have a brand new copy of the Sorcerer's Stone for her? Yeah, I do. But she has to earn them back because she has to take care of what she has.
Yeah. Right.
So
on them notes,
I've got to go. I got to take a nap because if I don't go over to the work wife's house because it's getting over there.
happy belated Thanksgiving to everybody your side of the pond.
Remember to be kind and be thankful.
Yeah, be kind, be thankful.
It is more important to give than receive.
Just embrace your family. Love each other, not things. Things can be replaced. People can't.
Oh, and whatever you do, do not get your children pets for Christmas.
No. A dog is not just for Christmas, it is for life.
It is a
Same
commitment.
as a cat.
It is a fucking... And hamsters and... If it is a living, breathing being, it is not just for Christmas.
No.
That's my 2 cents worth.
Okay, stay kind, stay amazing, and we will see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.